tomorrow's newspapers to ask a few questions as well as normal. So, if I could ask you just to raise your hand, please. Tommy, do you want to kick things off?
Yeah. Just shift it over like.
Okay.
Hi, Caelan. How's the week been?
Yeah, pretty good. Like off the back of a loss like that, there's obviously a lot of frustration and disappointment, and it definitely dictates the mood. Personally, but also amongst the group for a couple of days, and you kind of felt that lingering a little bit Sunday and Monday, which is natural given what it means for this team and for us as individuals to represent the country. So I think a bit of that is natural, but we turned the page pretty well. Kind of Sunday evening and Monday, and we've had a good training week with some very good sessions in there. Today went well as well, so the mood is good now. A lot of excitement about tomorrow. We know that Argentina are like a proper team and a proper test, and they've shown that with some of their wins over the year and their development under Felipe. They've obviously been a top class team for the last number of years, being in 3 of the last 4 semi-finals in the World Cup, but I think they've gone to another level under Felipe. So we're definitely aware that it's going to be a big challenge, but there's also excitement to be back in the Aviva to get back to ourselves, because we felt we weren't ourselves last Friday. So yeah, there's a lot of excitement, and lads are looking forward to it.
When you looked at the issues from Friday, did you see them as, rather than being fundamental, fixable things?
I think so. I think discipline for this team has been a strength. I think we average around 10 penalties or less. We were up at 13, and they came at crucial moments in the game. We had 5 in a row after we scored in the second half, and they kicked 9 points from that. And as we were getting momentum back, it completely turned back towards them. And a lot of them are, you're always going to, when you're playing on the edge, you're always going to give away a few, but a lot of them were avoidable ones. So there's disappointment around that. But there's also a feeling that there's more in us in terms of intent and in terms of sort of making it happen a little bit as individuals. I definitely felt that myself, that there's more in me, and I was a little bit disappointed with the kind of lack of impact on the game and not as many involvements as I would have liked. And I know a few guys feel like that. So yeah, we have another chance tomorrow.
And has Andy put it up to you guys by, he's only made one change in the team, and his words yesterday were a sense that it's over to you guys now, maybe players who didn't perform on Friday, to put things right?
Yeah, definitely. We're getting a second chance, and there's competition. There's a lot of people who want to wear the jersey, so there's a bit of pressure to perform there, but excitement as well, an opportunity too. So yeah, that's the underlying thing.
Paul?
That's good.
Caelan, how are you? You said there's excitement among the players for tomorrow, but is there a bit of an edge as well in the context of last week's defeat heading into this game?
A little bit, yeah, but I think that's a positive thing, and I hope that comes out in edge on the pitch and in physicality, and in more intent, which I think we lacked at times last Friday. So yeah, I hope it comes out in the right way tomorrow.
And just a word on the fans. Obviously there was some talk about how how quiet they were during last Friday. Do you expect more from them come game time?
I think we've had some unbelievable atmospheres with the fans, and like they make such a difference for us. The nature of the game on Friday, quite stop-start, a lot of scrums, and maybe us chasing a little bit, probably wasn't conducive to the best atmosphere. So like we can, through our actions, through how we play, I think we can involve them more. So it's a two-way thing, definitely, but they do make such a difference when we hear them and when the volume is there, as it has been plenty of times over the last number of years.
Kieran?
Caelan, given Andy wasn't particularly happy with the performance, and yesterday said that some players are probably lucky enough to be involved again tomorrow, just as captain, do you have to be particularly mindful this week that players aren't putting too much pressure on themselves?
Yeah, I think so, but I think the way it's framed from Faz and from the coaches is in quite a positive way, because there's expectation coming from ourselves and coming from the group and coming from what we see in training and the plan we have. So it's kind of, it feels like positive pressure to a lot of guys, to myself. Yeah.
Huge opportunity obviously for Sam Prendergast on the bench. What have you seen from him that gives you confidence he's ready for this game?
He's an unbelievable player. Some of the things he does in training, like it's pretty unique. He's probably one of the most skillful guys I've come across. The thing, he can pull a rabbit out of a hat a little bit, but he's also calmer and making the right decisions a little bit now and playing what's in front of him, not always trying to pull a rabbit out of a hat, even though he's got that capability. So he's finding the balance there in terms of controlling a game, making the right decisions, bringing the best out of other people, but also capable of a bit of magic. So the message to him has been kind of be himself and do his thing during the week, and I'm excited to see what he does tomorrow.
Thanks, Michael.
Right, Dylan. Is there any concern about how you're managing the games during the game? If you feel like it's slipping away, what's the talk from the senior players and yourself? And do you plan that during the week, as in, if in the event that the game isn't going your way like it was on Friday, is there a fallback plan, or how he's acting on the hoop when things aren't going your way?
I think that's been a strength of ours and something we've put quite a lot of effort into over the last number of years, in terms of acknowledging where we're at, coming together, taking a breath, getting back to neutral. But I think you're right that we weren't good enough at it on Friday. We did come together where possible and take the breath, but acknowledging what's going on and what the trends are in game is something that I need to be better at, and as a group we need to be better at. And I think as we probably got a little bit desperate, given the nature of it, given we were chasing a little bit, and the penalties came probably from desperation. So coming in together and trying to get back to neutral in that second half would have been a help.
But is there something you can do during the week to work to make sure you do that everyone doesn't get caught up in the moment and the panic spreading throughout the team?
You practice it in training. Obviously stakes are higher in game, but it's about coming together, acknowledging what's happened, whether it be good or bad, and then having an action plan.
Okay, if that's it for the online section, we'll just continue, and this is embargoed until tomorrow. So